Let's start with CM Punk and his massive promo from Raw's October 7th episode. Basically, Punk and Drew McIntyre have been at odds from the first night he returned to Survivor Series in 2023. The Bad Blood event was billed as the feud's grand finale, and it delivered with a nearly hour-long Hell in a Cell match that saw CM Punk emerge victorious. It was widely reported that night that Drew McIntyre stormed out of the arena in frustration over CM Punk's return, and as the months passed, that turned into the CM Punk and Drew McIntyre feud that truly nearly lasted a full year. CM Punk and Drew McIntyre were initially scheduled to headline the Bad Blood event and perform last during the evening, according to another fascinating rumor regarding the entire issue. However, CM Punk and Drew McIntyre were pushed out of the main event place due to The Rock's comeback, according to sources, as it was announced that he would have to end the show at Bad Blood. Supporters see this as The Rock taking away CM Punk's main event place once more. Since 2012 and 2013, CM Punk's main event positions have been taken from The Rock. As a result, Punk had to renounce his title to The Rock and watch The Rock take center stage. He chose WrestleMania 29 over himself. CM Punk even made fun of this during the WrestleMania 40 press conference, asking why so many fans had defied The Rock in 2013 when he needed them to emulate what they had done for Cody Rhodes. It's quite ironic that CM Punk is still being passed over for the main event spot 10 years later in favor of The Rock, but the match was still fantastic and is already regarded as one of the best matches ever. Returning to Punk's Raw promo, however, it sounded like your typical promo of a veteran who is worried of their future and doesn't really know how much time they have left. CM Punk claimed to be more bruised than he had ever been in his life, to have not seen his wife in 5 weeks, and to simply need some time to recuperate. Punk bid everyone farewell and stated that he had no idea when he will be back in the ring again. Before CM Punk could completely exit the stage, Seth Rollins emerged for a quick confrontation with Punk. Many fans were wondering if Punk had made his retirement statement or if he was simply leaving, but it appears that his confrontation with Seth Rollins proves that CM Punk is actually not done at all and will return, although temporarily. Given that CM Punk is perhaps more of a part-time superstar than a full-time one, it appears like he will take a few months off before returning to Raw. The company has already teased and hinted at a number of things that CM Punk will be doing on Raw. The first of these is undoubtedly a feud with Seth Rollins. That has been hinted at throughout the year, so it must also have some significance to be hinted at just before Punk leaves. The World Heavyweight title is the next goal. After his strap bout with Drew McIntyre, Punk showed interest in the title and intended to challenge Gunther, but his plans were derailed when Drew pursued him once more. Now that Drew is out of the way, Punk can focus on chasing the World Championship or Seth Rollins when he returns. Many members of the Raw roster will be excluded from the show and given limited roles as a result of Raw's 2-hour runtime. However, in a very little but significant fashion, they were able to get the Wyatt 6 on the Raw show on October 7th. The screen glitched out and the movie abruptly ended when Raw was displaying video packets. The camera then goes to Cody Rhodes walking backstage a few seconds later, but it very instantly fades away again with the glitch effect screen. The supporters made 2 predictions as soon as they witnessed this happening. This was either a genuine production error or a subliminal preview for the Wyatt 6. Since their spring teases, the Wyatts have been causing production problems, so these new problems seem to be just what they're looking for. And getting confirmation didn't take long at all. Shortly after, during the Miz's backstage segment with Cross and Truth, the Wyatt 6 logo was seen on television. Additionally, the logo's placement and timing are intriguing since, as was made clear a few weeks before, Howdy was watching someone who was headed in the wrong direction and advising them to halt before he had to stop it himself. Xavier Woods and The Miz were the people that everyone assumed Howdy was referring to. The logo's direct appearance on The Miz's face has fans believing that Howdy was referring to The Miz and not Woods. But the other intriguing aspect of this that isn't being discussed as much as Wyatt's strange camera cut to Cody Rhodes, as Howdy stated, There are still only two major superstars on Raw who are headed in the wrong direction. Is it a sign that Cody Rhodes is also on the Wyatt 6-hit list if the Wyatts were the ones who briefly displayed him backstage due to a screen glitch? Early in 2023, there was a widely circulated rumor that Bray Wyatt would eventually pursue Cody Rhodes and that the two would collaborate on a show that highlighted their many similarities, such as the fact that they both had fathers who were inducted into the Hall of Fame, both had a difficult time breaking into the industry, and simply had this incredible rivalry that demonstrated how they were mirror images of one another. Although that narrative never materialized, fans are wondering if Uncle Howdy vs. Cody Rhodes would ever appear on Raw again after seeing this possible Wyatt 6 Cody Rhodes preview this time around. They did give the impression that Cody Rhodes might make a few more appearances at Raw on his way to Crown Jewel. Therefore, if Cody makes more Raw appearances in the upcoming weeks, there's a chance that we'll see more lighthearted Wyatt 6 teasers directed at Cody Rhodes. With Woods, Cody, and The Miz reportedly being potential targets for the group, things are looking promising for the Wyatt 6. We'll see how that develops further. If the Wyatts are pursuing The Miz as well, they might be the ideal location for Uncle Howdy to issue a more serious warning to Miz during their matchup with R-Truth on Raw the following week. With everyone vying for Jey's title as the Intercontinental Champion, he has a big target on his back. Although Jey still seems to be pursuing Braun Breaker and the title, it appears that they have already sown some significant seeds that will rely on whether Jey can survive Braun. Jey interrupted Seth Rollins as he was speaking. Additionally, despite the fact that they were both babyfaces, there was still a lot of tension between them, as evidenced by their intense stare-down. And that tension has many justifications. Seth Rollins hasn't made up with the full original bloodline, but Cody Rhodes has. Seth still harbors strong animosity for Roman, Jey, and the other members of the original bloodline. Jey contributed to Seth's initial failure to defeat Roman Reigns for the global title. Will Seth now try to cost Jey the Intercontinental title as part of his own retaliation if he is still harboring that grudge? It will definitely be worthwhile to pay attention to that. However, what do you think of the stories from today? Please share your thoughts. Remember to subscribe with all alerts enabled, and hit like if you found the content interesting. Thank you for viewing. With everyone vying for Jey's title as the Intercontinental Champion, he has a big target on his back. Although Jey still seems to be pursuing Braun Breaker and the title, it appears that they have already sown some significant seeds that will rely on whether Jey can survive Braun.